So my name's Stuart. I'm 41 years old. I'm a professional bodybuilder. I own my own gym in Plymouth and have done for the last 16 years. So yeah, I never thought anything like this would ever affect me. Like, I thought that, I'm young, fit, healthy. I look after myself. I've got a pretty good diet, I've got a good regime sort of physically, and then to find out that I had COVID was just like, what? Like, I was never a not believer. I always, I've always known it exists, but you just don't ever think it's going to be you, and you always think it's going to be like the older people because that's what you hear. When it all first happened, obviously, I was very sort of anxious about it because it was very new and all the rest of it. And as time has gone by, I just started thinking, you hear all this stuff on Facebook. It's a scamdemic and all this sort of stuff, and kind of you get sort of sucked into it a little bit, because I mean, I've not really known many people to get it as such. Like, it's only recently I've started hearing more and more people getting it sort of my age. A good friend of mine in Birmingham, about the same age as me, he got it and was really bad in a coma for like a couple of weeks, and he's fit and healthy too, so, and to find out that I got it, when I went on the ward, it was an eye-opener, because people on the ward, you think you're going to be like surrounded by old people, but they weren't. It was people my age. So a lot of them were like, like mid to late 30s, early 40s, and you don't think that, because you got it in my head that it's just old people that are getting this, but it isn't, It's anyone and everyone. It started affecting me, my breathing, my lungs, just aching all over, and it happened all quite quickly as well. It wasn't, it wasn't something that just sort of like happened over time. It sort of, I got ill and then it just got worse very quickly, So and luckily I was in the right place at the right time. So I mean, I was in the hospital for 7 days. I mean, it was just an eye opener. It was really scary. I didn't know what was going on. You're in a room full of people on breathing apparatus, looking around, thinking, "Oh my god!" And then I'm on breathing apparatus as well. So I look like these guys. It's quite, it's scary, and you just think, "Oh god," I can't believe I'm here. It was horrible, really, But everyone in there is really good and really, really helpful, and it was. The nurses and doctors were brilliant, to be honest with you. They're really good. Because no one can come in, like, to see you, and you can't go out. It's like a prison, really. You got no one coming in, no one going out. I mean, it's quite a lonely position to be in, and you have a lot of time to think and reflect, and it makes you appreciate things you've got that you take for granted. Just general health, general well-being, your family, your friends. Loved ones and that, it's weird, but it hits home. At first, like, obviously, because it all happened quite quickly, and then all of a sudden you're on breathing apparatus and everything, you think, I'm going to get better, and like, it's just going to get worse and worse, people just need to be like, they just need to be aware. They need to be, they need to be aware. It's not just, it's everybody, it's people of all ages, it doesn't, matter how fit or healthy you are, and these rules are in place to stop it spreading. That's what this track and tracing thing is all about. And this is what made me realise this, because obviously when I had it, I had to register with a track and trace, and then you've got registered people around you. And I think the system is really good, but people need to be aware of that system and use it, because the sooner we get on top of it, the quicker we can get through to the other side of it. It just. That it's just going to drag out, and it's no one wants to be in this position, So, the quicker people are more aware and they just sort of get on with it, the better, I think. So, the staff that are in the hospital, a guy called Stu Palmer, who's on the ward, he was really good. He's checking on me all the time, and he's a friend of a friend, so I don't know him like that, but he was constantly checking up on me. He was brilliant. I've got some really good friends around me, and my wife and family and all the rest of it. They were really good, So I'm quite blessed and quite grateful for everyone around me, really,